Hi, my name is Ian, and I'll be demonstrating a bit about Cybersecurity Park as a tutorial to explain how to interact with the game. To start off, you can go ahead and open up the pause menu. On the left hand, there is a menu button. You might have to pull the headset up to see it, but it's in the bottom left corner of the top facing part of the left touch controller. Go ahead and press that button, and then you can open up the settings menu. From here, we can return to the main hub. We can access settings related to volume, music. So we can go ahead and turn down the music volume or turn it up. And we'll go ahead and return back. The other thing it does is it provides interfaces to view all of the buttons and their corresponding actions. And so for each game, if there's a game-specific functions, like if we look at the Y function here, it says in Private Investigator game, it activates Clue Vision. That's pretty helpful. We also have this grip button, which is the button on the back of the controller. It's sort of like if you're facing your hand, it's the button that's right there. It'll cause your hand to turn into a fist, so that's how you know it's working. And that is really important because it's our main tool to teleport. In a lot of modules, we'll have teleportation. If not, we'll be using the left thumbsticks to move. So you'll just take the left thumbstick and move around. A lot of games, most games use this. There's a few games where movement is, so you're supposed to be locked in place, so you can walk around the space physically, but you're not going to be moving great distances, so you don't need those kind of controls. So teleport, you're going to hold down the grip trigger on the grip on either side to form a fist, and then you're going to press the trigger button, which is your pointer finger button, on the front of the controller, and then you can teleport around. In this game, there's a number of different types of interactable. So there's some interactables you are going to press and click with the trigger buttons. There's some interactables you need to pick up, and you're going to use the grip buttons for that. So we're going to do a quick demonstration of one of the games that uses those interfaces. So we're going to come over here to the Trojan Horse game, and then we're going to go ahead and teleport into the game itself. Here's an example of one of the trigger UI interfaces. So you're going to go ahead and you point at the screen, and then you press the trigger button, and it will do the next action. So we go ahead and click through this interface to access the game. It's the educational tutorial content. Here now we're in the game. We have an object that we can grip. So we go ahead and grip it, and now we're holding the sword, right? So this is another example. Now we can use the sword for whatever interface we have. So to start the game, we can go ahead and click here, and then we'll do a quick demonstration of what you would do with a grip object like this. So in this game, we're going to have NPCs come up to you, and they're going to present a prompt, and you're going to have to decide whether that prompt is good or bad. Whether you think they are
I'm a fishmonger. I sell fish. Heard the king likes fish. So I was figuring maybe buy some of my fish.
So we're going to go ahead and reject him so you can see the interface. That interaction there causes that to happen. So we're going to go ahead and go back to the hub. We can look at some other of the games and other interfaces that you might need to interact with in the game. Here's an example. This is just a hover interface. So you just have to tap there, and it starts the interface up. In authorization and authentication, all of the interfaces there, the UI interfaces, use touch interaction. So here we can see the credits going. I'll go through some of the unique interfaces. So here in the fishing game, we're gonna get a quick dialogue here in a second, but after that I can show you the unique interfaces in this game.
Welcome to the Fish Emporium. Take a look at our billboards to familiarize yourself with our rules and what fishing is. Then you can begin fishing as much as you want. Once you've caught a fish, bring it up to one of the scanners to see its message. These messages will either be real or fake, and you must sort them out. Place real messages in the green bin, and fake messages in the red bin. Can you correctly sort all of the fish? Good luck.
Right, so first to interact with the fishing pole. We go ahead and grab it. And the special interaction of this is that you can extend it and drop it. And now there's a couple other things that might be helpful in this game to explain. So we're going to go ahead and grab a fish, and then we can go ahead and put it on our gauntlet, right? Now, the information about how the game works is explained over on the guide over there, but that's how this is the tool for, you can just go ahead and drop it, right? So then another example, this interface, you just drop this into the tube, and it goes ahead into the machine. And then also for the fishing rod, it might not have been obvious. I don't think I quite explained it. On the right stick, you use the up and down functions to extend the rod and reel it back in. And all of this information, if you click on the stick, you can see real line fishing game. So there's if you get stuck, you can always check the menu to see what buttons do what in the game. So go ahead, we're gonna go back to the main hub. We're gonna hit one other game that has a few more complicated interface interactions.
You will become a private investigator and learn about the traces you leave behind on the internet by investigating criminal activity.
Okay, in this game, this is an example of a UI interface. And this is an example of that's a UI interface as well, not bad. So in this game, we have a couple different grab interactables, and they have unique functions. So if we come over here, we see an umbrella, and we can go ahead and pick it up, right? But there's not much we can do with this like this. So what we need to do is we need to open our suitcase up, and then when we grab the umbrella, we can stick the umbrella in our suitcase, right? And then if we want to, in this game, you're going to be testing the clues you pick up against locations and NPCs, right? So what you do when you get to a location like the park, you can go over to the water fountain, and then you can, let's close this up, and we can, okay, there we go. And then we can go ahead and open the suitcase, and if we go ahead and grab it, we can see that, hear that sound effect? That's the interaction with the location. And if we go back here, we can see when you get a positive interaction, you need to mark it down, and there's a reference board that shows all this information, right? And if you need to check the names of people, you can just pick these up. These are all using the grip button to do this sort of interaction, but the interface here, this is a trigger interaction. This is a grip interaction, right? So grip, trigger. Well, if we had more clues, you'd be able to add trigger, and then this is grip, right? Okay, and then we press B, which is the top button on the right controller, to open, to pull out the suitcase. And then once we pull it out, we can use the grip button to open and close it, or we can press the B button to close it back up. Another functionality in this game is that you can press B to hold up the magnifying glass. Now, what the magnifying glass does is it allows you to follow a trail of clues. So you can follow this back to discover a location, the location that might correspond with the clue that you just picked up at this location. All right, let's go back over to, actually, let's show one more thing in this game before we, one more thing in this game. Open up the suitcase. Here we can return to lineup. If I can get the item here. Audio is cutting out. I don't know why that's happening. One other thing we can do in this game, here's another example of one of the interfaces we have. So you can go ahead and scroll through the different locations and the people to make a guess, and then you can use the trigger button to interact with all these elements, but to make your guess. And you can hear it's incorrect. All right, we'll go back to the main hub. Okay. What other? I think this is probably a good place to stop. If you have any questions, please reach out to Dr. Wong, and I'm sure we can get it figured out to answer any questions you have. My name is Ian Schoenberg, and have a wonderful day. Thank you.